Welcome back to Johnny Custom Glock's Front Sight Press, where it seems to be cranky night on the studio. Just to let you know.
Okay.
So, it is the first Tuesday of the month.
Thursday. It's Thursday.
Correct.
It makes me so mad.
Thursday.
So we're going to answer all your law questions about having a concealed weapons license and marijuana card, and if you can carry at the fair. Is that pretty much it?
And
Right.
cannons.
And cannons, because we love canon law, don't we?
Yeah.
All right. So, first of all, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Julie Phillips. All right. Co-host and nanny. Multitask.
Yeah.
Our guest tonight, Minnesota gun lawyer, Jeffrey Young. All right. And if you're not sitting at my mother's house and you don't know who I am, well, we all wait for meatloaf. I'm Mike. Right?
Yeah. Wait, what?
And we know I'm Mike because we all did what? Mike checks earlier.
Mic check, mic check.
And I was here. Not a good night for that. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that, control room.
They don't like you.
Maybe they like getting hit last week, so they want to continue that as a tradition.
You gonna run off stage again tonight? And
Hope
go
you're
get
not.
him
I don't
up?
know. Let's see what they do.
Stating on the
Oh,
record
yeah.
that you committed a battery.
I'm
Allegedly.
already getting sued by Disney, so what the hell?
You might.
Pickles on, Susie's
Keep
on,
stealing their bits.
Hey,
Kathy Kemp's on.
how's Austin feeling? Austin's still not feeling well.
No, seriously.
Not perfect yet.
Oh.
He's,
Oh,
you know, but.
give
Getting
him a
there.
hug for me.
All right, so I guess the little iPad isn't working.
It won't come up. I tried.
All right, we don't got this, I guess.
All right. Nope.
So we have no comments. All right.
I got comments here.
All right, so like and share, like and
Got
share, like and
comments.
share, because we're giving a badass case away tonight.
You can say them right there.
Yep.
Good
There they
evening,
are.
All right.
everyone. Hey, Kathy.
We got this one. It's got great foam inside.
That's a good one.
It's a nice color.
Yep.
You know, in case you got to go to the desert or whatever. All right. So that's what we're going to be giving away. So like and share, like and share, like and share. All right. We got a toast. How about that?
We do.
And it's not the same one as last week.
That's right.
Good job.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
2 in a row.
All right, so I'd like to thank my sponsors. First of all, Johnny Custom Glocks, our king sponsor. Beautiful, all right. Life is too short to have a Glock trigger that sucks, so get yourself a Johnny Custom Glocks trigger. You will not regret spending that money. Also, once again, if you are not subscribed to him on YouTube and you are not getting all his videos throughout the week about how to maintain your Glock, like everybody's always saying, how do you clean it? You freaking wipe it. Well, you know what? Watch Johnny Glock, he'll tell you how to clean it.
Yeah.
All right. So check out Johnny Custom Glock. It was Johnny Glock's Persona,
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
right, on YouTube. Check him out because he gives away a lot of great information. All right. It's just, that's what I do in my spare time now is I'm just watching all his episodes. All right. So check him out. Follow him on Facebook. Friend him on Facebook. Follow him on Instagram. Stuff like that.
Sweet.
Now what are we doing?
I don't know. We lost it.
Oh, they're loading up. They're
You wanna
probably
learn
loading
about-
it too.
All right.
Keto. Oh, Tim's cast is going. What are we talking about tonight?
What are we doing? All right.
Tim Pool, you should watch those podcasts. They're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. What's
Where
that?
did that come from?
Plug the front side press. Can you
You're
guys hear
on
that?
YouTube and Facebook.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We got two
You
kinds
may
of
be a little
places.
loud in my
YouTube
ear.
and Facebook.
All right, so
I know, like,
front side press Facebook page. All right, you're obviously on it. Like and share, like and share. Like the page, please. If you haven't liked that, you know, tag some people in the comments because Facebook is really beating us up. We're going to YouTube.
Gonna smash
You
that.
know, we're
like
live.
button.
We're going to be, I don't know, are we live on YouTube?
Smash it.
All right, so we're live on YouTube too for all the people that don't have Facebook. 'Cause I hear that all the time. I don't have Facebook. And Twitch. So we're live on Twitch. So if you don't have Facebook, you can find it on YouTube, stuff like that. But Facebook is really shadow banning us,
Yeah.
keeping us out of everybody's feed. So help us out, especially tonight when I'm having a shitty night. All right. Pilgrim Ammunition, the only ammunition I protect my family with. All right. So that's what I carry. That's what's in my guns at home. If I had it.
No. You can rent them.
Boating accident.
If I borrowed a gun,
Yeah.
that's what would be in it. All right. It is just the most scientific round on the face of the planet
Hey,
that you can buy as a civilian.
do you know John Burke?
Science.
What's that?
You know
Yes,
John
why?
Burke. Shot with your mom Tuesday night, and she didn't bring the meatloaf. Aw.
What's up with that?
Settled for
Gracie!
cheeseburgers. Tyler took first place.
She told me tonight that they're shooting on Tuesday nights. All right, so when we go up there,
Nice.
we're gonna go shoot in that match. It's a 22 match,
Yep. All right.
and I'm gonna use the gun I got my mother. Friggin'
Nice.
Mark IV with a what is it? Tall sole, whatever it is, 6-inch, friggin' barrel on the front of it. It's like mauve colored.
Oh,
I'm gonna use that. So they're doing 22. So we'll
cool.
check that out.
Maria says, "What is Twitch?"
Twitch is just a gaming platform where people it's mostly I could be wrong, all right, but Twitch is like a lot of gamers go live on Twitch while they're playing, and if you get enough people on there, you make money off that and stuff like that. But
Nice.
It's just another platform we can be on that other people can get.
Right there, Twitch TV.
Oh,
There it is.
yep. Palmer put that up. Thank you.
Don't forget to put the YouTube side up, please, if you haven't already.
So who else is sponsoring us?
The Travi Mack Foundation. All right. If you're looking for a foundation to donate to, that is the one.
Perfect.
They do musical instruments for kids in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So they teach them how to play, and they also like play music for them and stuff like that. And it just kids that are having shitty days, it just makes their lives better, right? So
Yeah.
if you think kids who are sick should have shitty days, and don't, then give your money to somebody else. But if you're a real friggin' person, give it to Travi Mack Foundation, because that is just a great foundation. All right, like your money is actually going to that, not like 1% of your money is going to that.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, so
Cool.
srqlivestudios.com. All right, these guys are getting kind of busy in here because I noticed all the new desk
Props and stuff.
lights and everything in here.
Get
So
ready
I
to
know
film
that.
some
Plus, they were painting the floor like 2 weeks ago and stuff
underground
like that.
sitcom or something.
Oh, we lost a Hulk.
I know, we only got one Hulk.
Oh,
Yeah, where did the
where's
Hulk
the
go?
other Hulk go?
It's a multiverse, man. He's just gone.
All right, military case surplus. Tony up in wherever it is right now.
Largo? I don't know.
He's not in Largo though. He moved, right?
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
I don't know. Look him up on his Facebook page. All right,
He's on there.
but he's got like the cases that we got. He's just got like just stacks and
Yeah.
stacks of all the good cases now.
Oh yeah.
Things on wheels.
Things you put bodies in.
But yeah, you know,
Oh, yeah.
if you got to bury something,
GoPro. That one we won, we picked up and we went home, put all our GoPro stuff in there, cut the foam out. It's fantastic.
you guys see the one I got for my birthday. It's on wheels. It's got stuff inside. It's got like fans in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to put in
I was
it.
gonna say, is it
But whatever I put in it, it's
cooling
going to
down
be
your
cool.
radiation
Cool.
bomb or something?
That's right.
Like that? Make sure it stays below the level.
Oh.
All right.
Going over there, yeah.
Oh.
Keep that body smelling fresh.
There it is. Skies of Chaos for letting us use the awesome song Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I got outvoted on the other one, but whatever.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
I'm on record as saying the other one was better.
I like the other one.
I like them both, but I would have voted for the last one.
There you go. Thanks.
too.
But I still want to know if that's up for grabs as a YouTube intro. I might be interested.
I ain't gonna lie, it is kind of cool to have
I know.
your theme song be strippers and jacks.
I know. I'll be happy to have that in one of
That's
my
it.
three. Well, I can't really put it on her YouTube channel. Probably wouldn't be appropriate.
Oh.
Yeah, please don't.
I've got two. It'd be cool to have one on mine. I'll talk to him about it.
Right, and I want to throw out the honorable mention: HPC concealment, the only holster I wear. If you're not wearing that, your
Me
freaking
too.
gun's probably gonna fall out of your pants.
Yep.
You know, so get yourself a real friggin' holster and stop screwing around. You know, your life could depend on it.
Yeah.
I can tell you this though. Like, my dog almost hung himself today, getting in my FJ. He jumped in, he jumped up high, and a pinch collar got caught on the mesh on the back of the seats,
Ah.
and then he fell. And when he fell, he couldn't figure out which way to go, so it was just hanging him.
Oh.
All right? But I can tell you, out of all the stuff I've been doing, training with everything, like all I know is I just grabbed the dog, I just picked it up, and while he was choking, the knife just appeared in my hand. Like it was just there.
Cut the.
You know what I mean?
Cut
Yeah,
the
and I
mesh.
ruined my friggin' seat.
Cut the mesh.
Love you, Percy, but
Yeah. You should bring him up. Gabriel should bring him on the show to show everybody what we're talking about.
Percy, come here. Come.
He is the best dog. Oh, look at him. He's got a good nose. Look at that. Hi, baby.
Hold on.
Bring
I
him
want to
your
know what
dad.
you're doing to your dog to make him want to kill himself.
I'm just hard to be around, I guess, especially tonight.
You've been kind of down, yeah. You're bringing down everybody, including the animal.
Getting ready to, I want to trade my FJ in on a friggin' Lexus. And
1 minute.
Those things are classic. I mean, you can't find one anywhere.
Percy.
They don't make them anymore.
yeah, but it's like,
They keep
See?
claiming they're going to make them
Percy.
again, but they never do.
this is why he wants to hang on himself because I yell at him all the time.
Aw.
I'm just trying to pet people. You're telling me no, so I got to hang people.
All right, good
All right,
enough.
get out of here.
All right.
Good. Beat it.
Bye.
Kids and animals
come
are
here
the
now,
worst
you had
things
the
to work
chance.
with. Get out of here.
All right.
He walks
So
well
it's like
for
it's like
Gabriel.
this. I love the FJ
Good.
because it's a tank and I can just plow into things, run crap over, and it goes anywhere. But backing it up is like trying to back up a refrigerator, right? And the suicide doors, as cool as it is to say I have suicide doors, are useless unless you're in a wide open space.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like trying to get my backpack, you know, with my books in it, out of the back of my truck in a parking spot is a friggin' dance. You know, you gotta open up one door, you gotta move around, you gotta open it up, you climb back, you gotta move out of the way, then you gotta get in there, then you gotta back up, then you gotta close it and move out of the way again and close the other one. And I just, you know, it's just,
So I don't have one. I really wanted to get one when I was trading my Jeep, but I have to drop her off at school in the mornings in the car drive-through, and I'm like, it's going to be a disaster because it's going to take the little safety patrol kid 45 minutes to figure out how to open
Yeah, it
the
is.
doors and get her out in the morning.
it's like
I'm like,
Gabriel,
yeah.
you know, I get on one side,
Forget it.
Gabriel gets on and get in the back, and then I have to walk around
Yeah,
and
you
close
got to
the
let
door.
her. That's what you can't. Yeah, you can't.
Because
do
you
it
can't
yourself.
get the
right,
front
yeah.
door.
Yep, that's exactly
You know,
why.
I mean, the thing's vicious,
That's
so I ain't gonna
exactly
lie.
why I don't have one because they're cool looking. I
It's a
get all
great
the
truck,
stuff to
yeah.
it.
It's
Those
savage.
doors, the only reasons why I don't have one.
Like,
So we got the 4Runner, which is just as good.
Okay,
I can plow through people with that thing
yep.
too.
Well, it's
Okay.
like this. I was gonna get. I was looking at 4Runners. I'm gonna trade in on a 4Runner, right? Because I love a 4Runner, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've had 3 4Runners. I had a, what was it, an '89? You know what that is? You know which one that is? That's the 2-door that the roof comes off.
Oh, right.
And I had my roof off down here for like 18 months. It's just like they're mic proof. You just can't kill them.
Don't trade it in though, man. Private sell that thing because those FJs they
Yeah.
go for top dollar. I was looking to buy one. I couldn't believe what people were still asking for those things. So.
Well, I have
Private
an
sell it.
OJ mobile.
Yeah, she got the OJ.
I got the
mobile.
OJ mobile.
Yeah, the original white Bronco.
It's gotta
Yeah,
have a
it's
little
white,
bit of work.
too.
Yeah, it is. That's awesome. No
I got-
blind spots in that sucker.
What's that?
No blind spots in that sucker.
No, but if you got to pick your nose, everybody sees it. That's all I'm saying.
Darken the windows.
Then, so I've been looking at 4Runners, right? And then I started going, you know what? I started reading some stuff, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get a Lexus, like the GX 460.
Nice.
You know, the Land Cruiser that doesn't cost as much.
Right.
Because I was
Correct.
ruined because I got in Rob's Land Cruiser the other day. Have you seen that thing?
I haven't seen Rob's, but I've sat in a Land Cruiser at the dealership several times, and then
Don't do it to
and then
yourself.
looked at the sticker and had
Don't
the
do
heart
it.
attack and fell down on the
Oh,
ground.
yeah.
And it was like, oh, is that right? And I had to look at it again, had another heart attack, so that's why I don't have a Land Cruiser.
Don't get in a Land Cruiser.
Hey, Susie's watching.
So like,
Hi, honey.
so I got like I'm looking at them, and Land Cruisers cost like $1 bazillion.
Right, that's what I said. I looked at the sticker and I had a heart attack.
But these things are the same thing, right?
And it's a Lexus, but it's the same company. It's Lexus Toyota, right?
Like, so what it actually is
You
is
think
a
it'd be the other way around.
Toyota
Toyota's cheaper than
Prado.
Lexus.
Everywhere else on the planet, it's a Prado.
Right.
Right? So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to get one of them. And then see if I can get some of my friends down in Bogota to send me all the Prada.
Yeah, all
Prada
this stuff to put them on them. Yeah.
Mafi says keep your kids off Twitch.
Make it all tactical.
Yeah, keep your kids
Yeah.
off Twitch. Don't
Don't
let
let
your
your
kids
kids
set
go
up
on
that. It's
Twitch.
a lot of.
And Jared says, Jared McDaniels, you have to clean a Glock.
Nope. I clean the one in the classroom religiously every August, except for last August because of COVID. So I'm just waiting until this August to clean it again. So, well, let me show you what we got here before we get into all the marijuana cars. So Sunday, we got the since the kids are here, we got the Lay the Hate class. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep.
I got these shirts tonight. We're gonna zoom them in shirt, or are we just gonna go like this? Look, right, with my new logo on there,
Those are awesome.
and then
Perfect.
that.
Ooh, wait a minute. What does it say?
It says, you gonna have the dyslexic guy
Oh,
read?
God. We should have Jeff read.
Violence of action of emptying every magazine with every bit of ammunition you have towards the enemy or intended target.
Yep.
Lay. Because you're a high-speed motherfucker.
They're going
right.
to show that video again? I
No.
love it.
High speed.
No?
No, we're not showing that yet.
Oh, man.
Trust me, I've watched that video like 30 times
I love that video.
in the last 2
It
days.
is so funny. People need
That
to
is
find
an awesome one.
it. Find it.
So I'm looking forward to Sunday's video.
Are you coming out? Jeff, you coming Sunday?
It said bring a lot of unlimited rounds or something. So
500.
500 rounds. I can loan you some. Hey,
Well, I don't need to
we can
loan,
work.
I
We
just-
can.
We can
Yeah,
trade?
Yeah, we can trade.
Where's Cindy?
What time's that?
She
Should've
had
death in
stuff
the
to
family, I
do.
think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Something
sorry
along
to
those
hear
lines.
that.
Yeah.
Illness or
Yeah,
something.
I'm sorry.
What time is it on Sunday? Promote it. What
you
time
gotta
is
be
it?
by.
Is it already sold
by
out?
9.
We got 2 spots left.
Oh, you gotta come.
By
2
9?
spots
It's-
left.
yeah.
Where at?
9 to 4:30 or 9 to 4.
Manatee Gun and Archery.
Oh, okay. So it's not
Yeah.
the way down in like Fort Myers or whatever.
Oh no, no.
Am I here for anything, or is everybody just gonna talk over me
We're
tonight?
just gonna talk.
I'm just asking.
Between them, you, them playing the thing.
Yep.
I'm just asking.
2 spots. You can grab one.
9 to 4:30.
9 to 4.
9 to 4.
Why is that too much for you?
No, I'm just trying to
You
see.
need-
I'm trying to
take
think
a
what my
nap in the
schedule
middle?
looks like on Sunday. I have to figure it out. I might be able to steal one of those spots.
You ought to. You ought to. It's gonna be really good.
It's gonna be. Here's the deal. It's more of an advanced class.
Yep.
All right. There is no whining. You know.
Oh, I'm out.
You're out. Yeah, that's right. You're sorry.
BS.
All right. So what it is you go to my Facebook page. You get Aaron Foreman's information. Email him. He'll let you know, but he's gonna vet you and let you know that this is just. It's
It's for the big dogs.
all day long. Trigger
Yep.
time. All day long. It is held to a 10-person class.
It's only 500 rounds for all day.
There's 10 people going to run it.
No whining allowed.
There's going to be
I don't
we
know
can't
about
shoot through a windshield. That was one thing that
Yeah.
they nixed us on.
Whining. I don't know about
And we can't shoot through a car, but we can shoot around a car. But we're going to have steel. We're going to have the rubber dummies. We're going to fight with them. We're going to shoot up close. We're going to run the gun. We're going to do 2-man drills. All right. You're going to get whacked.
Oh
I got
yeah.
9mm.
Oh, do
I
I
got
get to do
that.
the whacking?
Yeah, you can do the whacking.
Oh
drills.
yeah.
Standard rules.
What's that?
9mm.
Real gun. Like,
Can't be
don't
a
bring a stupid
revolver.
gun.
Extra magazines. Yada yada
Yeah,
yada.
you gotta have extra mags because you're gonna go through mags in the drill. You're gonna run. This is all the stuff that all the people that really can't handle always want me to do for a class.
It's
like,
gonna be
are you gonna do an
great.
advanced class? I'm like, why? Do you know somebody who's advanced? You know what I mean? Like, the problem is that everybody always wants to do this stuff, but not a lot of people can actually handle, intermediate
Sure.
of what I consider intermediate drills. You know what I mean? And what happens is, the class just falls apart. People just start slowing down and stuff like that. So there'd be no slowing down on this one,
Nope.
right? If you're running a
Rockin'.
gun, you're running the gun. You're going to keep going. If anybody can't run a gun, then what's going to happen is you can just sit and watch until we start something else. Because
Yep. Rock and roll.
Susie's been doing 2-hour lessons.
Yeah.
She's got one every day this week because she's like wants to run the gun faster and shit like that. So we've been doing the one-handed draw, the left-handed one-handed draw,
Yeah, she's
you know,
gonna-
one-handed reload, shit like that.
She's
She
going
wants
to
to be
do
all
great.
ready to go.
She's going to do.
She'll be fine. It's going
and
to get her out of her.
the sandbag, just pick that thing up and throw it on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I did it.
Like the guy in Miami?
I don't know about Miami, but I did it out Johnny's.
You picked it up one hand and threw it on your shoulder?
Yeah,
You did?
I did.
All right,
Impressive.
I believe you.
Impressive.
So,
I don't think that he does.
what are you giving me a dirty look for? What
I
is your
used-
bad,
hey,
what is your,
Listen, I used to upholster hide-a-beds. You ever pick up a hide-a-bed?
yeah.
Yeah?
You mean like a Murphy bed that you put up into the wall?
Not a Murphy bed,
What's
a
a
hide-a-bed.
hide-a-bed?
It's where the whole thing folds out.
Yeah.
Suckers are heavy.
Oh, you mean lift it up and move it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're the only one, you think you're the only one to ever lifted up a
No,
hide-a-bed?
probably one of the only women who can do that.
You asked me. I'm not a woman.
All right.
I got a beard. I mean, I've seen women with beards before, but.
Oh, not me.
All right. All right, let's get your beverage ready because we'll do the toast.
Yep.
Wait, we don't have that.
It's already 8:40. I haven't toasted yet. This is the only night we have 11 questions.
Yeah, I
And
know.
there's like 5
I know.
minutes left in
and
the
we're
show.
starting late. All right. Can't wait to get whacked, says Susie. I'll whack you.
What's he doing? So get your beverage ready because the kids are almost ready. She's ready.
Beverage.
You're ready.
Monty,
Nice cup.
Julie's really strong. Well, yeah, I am.
You ready? All right.
All right.
There you go.
It's an
Perfect
easy
toast.
one.
All right, everybody good?
Yep.
All right, here we go. There's many a toast I'd like to say if only I could think it. So lift your glass to anything and thank the Lord and drink it.
Cheers.
Night court.
Is that what that is? What's night court?
I gotta explain this to you.
The show night court?
Right. She said cheers,
Oh,
and I said night court.
All right.
I gotta explain that to you.
no.
All right, we have
Baltic
questions.
Towers.
You ready?
Yep.
Mark wants to know if a gator is in your house, can you shoot it?
It's in your house. What is a gator doing in your friggin' house?
Who knows?
You can shoot it if it's attacking you. You can
Oh,
shoot
there
it.
he
There
is.
it
There
is.
he is.
Oh shit. Oh, you said. Yeah, if it's attacking you, you can shoot it outside your house.
You better be
Aren't
using
they
Pilgrim because if you're
protected,
not,
though?
you're going to ruin your
Gators,
house.
gators aren't protected anymore. They were removed from the.
Oh, okay, cool.
They were removed from the endangered list like almost a decade ago.
There was
You
gazillion
can't
at
hunt one
Mayaca.
without a
You're gonna have
without the
special
permit or the tag or whatever. But like, if anything is attacking you, it could be your neighbor's dog. You can shoot it if you're threatened.
Okay, good to know. David says.
It's coming right for it.
David says, I've always seen rifle racks in some trucks and didn't know what the stipulations were
My
here in
accent.
Florida regarding the firearm being visible. Picture, okay, they got a picture of that. Is it legal to have a rifle here? And there it is in the top of this truck, as long as you have your CCW. It's not concealed.
It doesn't have anything to do with your CCW. It has to do with transporting firearms in your personal conveyance.
Okay.
So let me go to the glasses.
It's going to the glasses.
And the first place everybody should go is to statutes when they have questions like that. Florida
Go to the
statute.
statute. Like statute of
Florida
Liberty?
statute.
Oh.
Statute.
790.25, lawful ownership, possession, and use of firearms and other weapons. Subsection 5, possession in private conveyance. It is lawful and is not a violation of section blah, blah, blah for a person 18 years of age or older to possess a concealed firearm or other weapon if it's securely encased, la yada yada. So the first part. Then it says, nothing herein contained prohibits the carrying of a legal firearm other than a handgun anywhere in a private conveyance when such firearm is being carried for a lawful use. So
Okay.
as long as it's not a handgun, you can carry it anywhere in your car, visible or not visible. It says anywhere inside.
Welcome
the
to
vehicle.
Florida.
So gun racks in Florida are still lawful. You
All
can
right,
put
good
your
deal.
shotguns up there,
Nice.
whatever. You could carry it that way if you want to think
Throw
you're
through your
cool or
roof.
whatever. Right, whatever. Yes. Handguns need to be securely encased or on your person if you have a permit. If you don't have a permit, you have to securely encase them. Long rifles mean nothing.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Ivy says, what happens to someone's
Mark,
guns?
Wait a minute.
S-
Mark wants to
I'm
know about
sorry.
SBR.
SBR is fine because it's a rifle. It's a short barrel rifle.
I know, but he doesn't understand that.
So
Plus he's probably
if
drinking.
it's not a handgun. Now, if you have an AR pistol, that falls into the category of a handgun, so it needs to be securely encased like
In
a
a
handgun.
backpack.
A short barrel rifle is a rifle. It's just a short barreled rifle, so it's the same as a shotgun. So yeah, welcome to Florida.
Gunshine State.
Now, look, you always give the caveats. I can read the statute to you all day long, but that doesn't mean if you're driving down the road and some cop sees your AR or your shotguns in the back, they may not know the law or they may decide to be jerks. Good luck trying to drive around Miami with, shotguns in the back of your car. You probably won't get very far.
Here's what I tell
That
ya.
police chief down there is a nut. So it's like anything else. It's legal, but that you can argue on the side of the road all you want. Oh, officer, Jeff Young said that Florida statute said I can carry it this way. But that don't mean that they're going to believe you.
And just to let you know, good luck parking someplace at night
Right?
with your gun in your window.
Right.
Because I'm sure it'll be there in the morning.
Yeah, no kidding.
And again, it has to be for a lawful purpose. So just carrying it is lawful. Now, I prosecuted a guy who was trafficking cocaine,
Oh.
and he had his AR-15 laying in the back seat on top of his kilos of cocaine.
Ooh.
That wasn't a lawful purpose. So he got charged with armed trafficking cocaine, and he couldn't
Hey.
use that as a defense.
Just
it's not
because
a
he was
lawful purpose.
trafficking cocaine doesn't mean he was using the AR for illegal purposes.
It's not.
Why you got to
He's-
judge people?
It's
That's what
armed
your
trafficking.
problem is.
It's in the statute.
You're a judger.
Armed trafficking.
Hey, you know what?
No, I was the prosecutor, not the judger.
Oh.
He was a different guy. That judger
So,
gave him 15 years.
The judger.
No, the judger gave him
You were the
15 years.
judger.
I
The
prosecuted.
guy in the robe is the judge. I think as an attorney you would know this.
Oh, my God.
Now that I'm a defense attorney, I could have won that case.
Oh, I like that. We have birthdays. Jordan Spradley. And you know who else had a birthday?
Who?
Mark Palmer.
Oh, yeah, but Mark Palmer was like 3 weeks ago.
I know, but
Mine was 4 days ago. I didn't
We
get
said
jack shit.
happy birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
May 30th, the actual
We
Memorial
got to
Day.
take care of you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought your birthday was like 2 months ago.
No, May 30th. Every year.
No, yours
I'll
was
have to get
2
you a
months
shirt for
ago.
your birthday.
All right.
You can give me 500 rounds of ammo for Sunday.
There you go. Or I'll trade you out some.
I don't know what's going on
I was
over
going to
here.
say, you don't need to be advertising all your stuff.
All right. Ivy has a question.
No.
Come
Pass.
on. No, it's a good one.
Pass.
What happens to someone's guns if an order of protection is issued against them?
Ooh.
Since they don't require registration in the state, how can you prove ownership?
Well, it's not ownership, it's possession.
Okay.
So if you get hit with a red flag, so what happens is the cops go down, they get an ex parte order, you have no idea they're doing it, they show up at your house and they go, bam, here's your red flag protection order, give me all your guns. If you say, I don't have any guns,
Yeah.
the order doesn't give them the right to come into your house and search.
Oh, good.
But within 6 days, I think it's either 6 or 7 days after the order, you have to appear in court for what's called a compliance hearing, which is a hearing before your big hearing to prove that you've turned over all your guns. If law enforcement goes to that hearing and they have proof that you have guns, either through Facebook post or
Oh.
a neighbor or somebody, and they come in and go, I know he's got 3 shotguns, but when we asked him for shotguns, he didn't give us any shotguns, then the judge can find him in non-compliance with the order and then issue a search warrant for the home to go in and search the home for the shotguns.
Well, what if they...
If they don't have proof that they have shotguns, if they just got a risk protection order and thought that he had a handgun, and he comes in and says, I don't have a handgun, or I did have a handgun, but I gave it to my dad and it's at my dad's house, then the judge isn't going to give them a search warrant.
Okay.
So you got to go to the compliance hearing.
Okay.
She's right. There is no registration. They're not going to be able to go, we know you own 10 guns, give us those 10 guns. They just have to demonstrate a good faith belief that you have firearms that you haven't turned over.
What if they don't find any at your house?
Then they can't take them. It doesn't mean that you can't own firearms. It
Means
just
you
means
can't-
that you
you
can't
can't
possess
possess
them. Correct. You don't have to give them all to the sheriff's department. You can give them to your father, your uncle, your neighbor, or whatever. You're just prohibited from possessing them during the injunction. We don't have ownership in Florida versus registration, et cetera. So you don't have to give the sheriff all your guns. You have to no longer be in possession of them. The easiest way to prove that you're no longer in possession is to give them to the sheriff's office. So the order says you must turn them over to the sheriff's department. But the statute actually doesn't say that. The statute says you can turn them over to a third party. You just can't
All
possess them.
right, good deal.
Jeff reads my mind so well. He's trying to beat the system.
Yeah.
All right, let me
Yeah.
explain it to you.
We had a question about Texas Suppressor Act.
Right.
Okay, if this bill is signed into law in Texas, does this mean that people from Florida or any other state can come in and buy a suppressor without going through federal red tape?
Yes.
Hey, you're not a lawyer.
Yeah, but I got this. If you live in Florida and you move to Texas and stay there, then yes, you can go by their laws.
Uh-oh.
Well, you can go by their laws, but that's not what their law says.
What's their law say?
So the law does not
Now
say.
you know Texas law?
Correct.
Because you don't know Canada law.
I didn't read this law word for word, but I read the articles and stuff about it, including the one that's in front of you.
Hope
there.
I never shoot anybody with my cannon.
This law does not negate your need to get a tax stamp for a suppressor. That's not, the state of Texas cannot negate the federal law under the National Firearms Act. The state of Texas, much like the state of Florida and other states, have their own state criminal statute that says you can't possess a suppressor without the proper paperwork. There's a federal law that says the same thing. The Texas law is getting rid of their state crime. So if you get caught with an illegal suppressor, you can't be prosecuted by the state of Texas, but you can still be prosecuted by the federal government.
Okay.
What they also said is they're kind of doing a sanctuary city thing where they're not going to help the federal government enforce their federal laws. It's a statute that prohibits local law enforcement, local prosecutors, any state bureaus from assisting the federal government in enforcing their federal laws. But the federal law that requires you to register and get a tax stamp for a suppressor is still in place. So you will not be prosecuted by the state of Texas, but you would still be prosecuted by the federal government if you're found somehow to be in possession of a non-registered suppressor. And the other problem is, where do you buy your suppressors from? 99% of the suppressors are bought from FFL dealers and Class 3 dealers and people who have federal licenses. They're not going to sell you a suppressor without doing a Form 4 transfer because they're not losing their federal license because of whatever people in Texas think. Could you theoretically buy one from a private citizen and not register it? Of course, but you can do that now and just hope that you don't get caught, but you'll still be in violation of federal law. So anybody who thinks this Texas law means that Texas now says you can go buy a suppressor without having to get a tax stamp is wrong. That's not what the law says.
Okay, good deal.
So whether you live here, whether you live in Texas, you still got to do it.
So let me get this straight.
Yes. Get
So-
it crooked.
If I go to Texas, right, and I buy an unregistered suppressor,
Correct.
and I'm getting chased by the feds, I should go hide in a police station.
Right, and hope that they don't let the feds come in. Correct.
I just want to. There you go. Remember that I'm not an attorney.
It's like the thing. It's like what they were doing with the sanctuary cities with the immigration law. That's all they were doing. It was still illegal for you to be here as an illegal immigrant, as far as the feds were concerned. But the local sheriffs and law enforcement and prosecutors weren't arresting people who were illegal. They weren't prosecuting people who were illegal. They just weren't helping the INS agents when they came in and wanted to do something. So it's the same thing here. But that wouldn't stop the INS from coming into Texas and deporting people. It's not going to stop the ATF, especially if they get this crazy guy they're trying to put in as the administrator,
Oh my gosh.
from prosecuting that. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
So no, don't move to Texas and buy a suppressor. You can't buy one. You're going to go to a store and they're still going to make you do a Form 4 transfer.
All right.
Now you're an expert on suppressors.
Sure.
What about cannons? Still nothing
No.
on the cannons?
Cannons.
Nope.
Hey,
Those you could probably buy in Texas without a permit. I don't know.
Bradley says, now it's his birthday, remember, my senior year of high school was when they cracked down and said no more guns in your
Oh,
gun
yeah.
rack at school.
Of course.
How old are you, honey?
That's when they changed the school. Yeah, that's when they changed it. I mean, it used to be in the 50s. You can go to every
gosh.
school in
In the 60s.
country or the state and see
Oh,
gun
yeah.
racks.
Manatee
everywhere.
High
yeah.
had a
Of
gun
course.
range in it.
Of course.
Yeah, we used to have them in our gun racks
We had
on the
one
way to
at
school.
Venice High too. We had
Of course.
We had the ROTC for the Marine Corps. And we
Yep.
had the rifle team. I was on
Yep.
it down in the
Yeah,
underneath
cool.
the stadium. Next.
All right, next. I'm starting a new job, and in the handbook, that we have to sign. It says no weapons on premises. If I have my CCW, am I allowed to have it in my purse and my locker, or do I have to leave it locked in my truck?
You want me to handle this one?
Sure, go ahead.
It is an outpatient imaging facility.
Go ahead.
Ah,
All right.
you
I
are
am not an
a
attorney.
lawyer. Oh my gosh.
Disclaimer.
Oh.
It is not against the law to bring your gun there, correct?
To bring your gun where?
To the work.
The
In her
outpatient-
car in the parking lot, correct.
Their suggestions don't overrule my Second Amendment rights.
Oh, you
Well,
can
you're
get
right. It's not
fired.
against the. Okay. So you're playing the semantic game. It's not against the law, correct.
Oh, now that's me. Now I'm doing that.
You won't be arrested if you bring the gun to work, but you will be fired.
Be fired
Yeah.
and then trespass.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
So-
if you don't leave,
Correct.
you'll be
Oh.
arrested for trespassing
Armed
with the
trespass.
With the
firearm,
firearm.
which
So-
is a
Just
felony.
a felony.
Correct.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Your private company can have whatever rules they want in their private building or in their company truck. So if you work for UPS and UPS says when you're
Oh.
driving a company truck you can't be armed, then you can't be armed. There is a Florida statute that prohibits businesses from telling their employees they can't keep a firearm in their personal conveyance when they come to work and leave their car in the company parking lot. So I guess it could depend on your definition of premises. If they're telling you you can't bring your gun from your truck in the parking lot into the Walmart and stock shelves, that's perfectly fine. They're allowed to do that. If they tell you don't even bring your gun in the car and leave it in the parking lot, they can't do that. That would be a violation of state statute.
Oh.
That is against the law. For
I
them
have
to
a
do that.
follow-up for that. As a former teacher, I could
School
not.
property, you can't do it.
All right, there you go.
You know that.
But
Unless
you
you're
know
dropping
what?
off and picking up
School
all
property,
day long.
Yeah, school property
It's
trumps
different.
everything, basically.
Yeah,
So
all
yes,
right,
people
good
in
deal.
schools are hosed.
Okay. Next question. In Florida, you're allowed and I wrote this exactly how they said it. So in Florida, your CPL and MM card is their legislation being
I
pushed
knew it.
for the. It's the same thing we get
That's
every,
because they're high.
every year.
They're
every
high.
year.
That's why it looks like
He
that.
wants to know if there's
Classification
any.
of THC.
Right. He wants to know if there's
yeah.
any legislation currently pending to reclassify marijuana from a Schedule A narcotic at the federal level to a different schedule, therefore allowing states to have legal marijuana and own firearms. No, there currently is no on the table legislation to decriminalize marijuana at the federal level. And until there is, you can't possess a firearm and have a medical marijuana card.
Good deal.
But I could take Oxy.
Correct. You can take it because those aren't a Schedule A, they're Schedule C's.
And what about that? Never mind. I'm going on. All right, number 6. I'm in Texas. I was told that Florida does not recognize non-resident licenses.
True story.
Really?
That's true.
Does that include Florida non-resident licenses or just Utah,
Yeah, I don't understand.
Arizona,
her
et
question's
cetera?
a little confusing.
Yeah. I searched for non-residents before I.
She's in Texas, but is
I
she a
don't know.
non-resident of Texas? Does she mean Florida non-resident permits? In a nutshell, quickly, there are 2 types of concealed carry permits for most states in the union. Some of them have
Not
different
the
rules.
Gunshine State.
But let's say, well, no, in Florida you can get a resident permit and you can get a non-resident permit because you don't have to be a resident of Florida to get a Florida concealed carry permit. You can live somewhere else.
We only have
Lots
one.
of other states have that same thing where you can be a non-resident and a resident and still have a permit. Florida's reciprocity law does not recognize concealed carry permits from other states unless you live in that state. So if you live in Texas and you are a Texas resident and have a Texas resident permit, it will be recognized in Florida. If you live, let's say, in Utah and you have a non-resident Texas concealed carry permit, Florida will not recognize that permit because you have to be a resident of the state that your permit comes from.
That's
it's a weird glitch.
That's the Philadelphia law, right?
I don't
Because
know.
what it was a bunch of people, like, for some reason, a bunch of people in Philly that couldn't get concealed weapons license in Philly, in
Right.
Pennsylvania, right?
Sure.
So they were getting Florida, and they were using it in Pennsylvania because we're reciprocal.
Right.
And then Pennsylvania said, no, we ain't going to do that anymore. And that's how that ball started.
So there's a lot of them that are like that. So, for example, Wisconsin is the reverse. Wisconsin will recognize a Florida carry permit of a non-resident, but they will not recognize a Florida carry permit of a Florida resident.
Wow.
So if you live in Wisconsin and you get a Florida permit, they'll let you carry in Wisconsin. But if you live in Florida and get a permit, you can't carry in
So
Wisconsin.
if you live in Georgia and you get a Florida, you can't carry in Wisconsin. Or you
No,
can.
you can because they recognize
But if you live in
non-registered.
Florida-
You
Oh,
cannot.
wow.
Right.
Because they just hate Florida.
I'm going to assume it has something to do with that. Or what they want is
Is that a crybaby state?
it was a way to allow Wisconsin residents to get permits and carry in Wisconsin, but they didn't want to open it up to everybody else coming there and carrying from other states. But it's weird.
But they still can.
Correct. If they're not Florida residents, right? It's the only state that's backwards like that.
Wow.
So the question, to sum up, I guess, if she lives in Texas and she's asking if Florida will recognize her permit, it depends on whether it's a resident permit or a non-resident permit.
Wow.
Florida does have both. I understand what you're saying. You don't get one that's yellow if you're a resident or blue that you're not a resident, but there is a distinction between residents and non-residents as far as recognition from other states.
But not in Florida. Like, we don't have two licenses.
No.
Correct. But, for example, the way the Florida statute is written is we will give reciprocity to any state's permit for a resident who resides in that state. So if you come here from another state, I guess if you shoot somebody and they look at your permit and then look at your driver's license and they're not from the same state, then we wouldn't recognize your permit and you would get charged with unlawful carry and concealed firearm.
Like, because,
Wow.
you shooting somebody isn't bad enough.
Right. The permit won't say blue or yellow to distinguish whether you're resident or not, but the whole issue is if you get caught carrying and you say, here's my permit from Texas, and they go, okay, well, now show me your Texas driver's license, and you produce a Michigan driver's license, you're not carrying lawfully concealed, so you're going to be charged with carrying concealed firearm.
All right. It's very confusing.
It
All
is
right.
kind of confusing, which
You
is
need a
why,
lawyer.
by the way, before you move on, I just did a Musings with MGL video on
Yeah?
YouTube like 3 days ago about carry reciprocity with links to the websites that you can go to. The NRA has one, the Florida Department of Agriculture has one, USA Carry has one, where they're little interactive maps. You click on your state, it gives you a list of who reciprocities, who doesn't, and everything else. So go check out Musings with MGL. I just did a video like 4 days ago about reciprocity with links to all the maps and stuff to check those out. So if you want more information on that, Musings with MGL.
Perfect. Perfect. They should friend you. Subscribe.
Subscribe, like,
Subscribe.
subscribe, square, smash that notification bell so you know when I put
Absolutely.
new stuff on there.
All right, Mike
That's what I do.
McKeachin. So I'm currently in Utah for work, and I tried to
Listen
buy
to
a
this
shotgun.
question. This one doesn't make any sense to me.
All right, tried to buy a shotgun when I was out here, and was told that I got red flagged due to Florida's passing of a new law, basically banning me from buying a firearm. You should read this. Firearm outside the state.
It's in
It's in
this
the
question
blue.
doesn't make any sense.
It's
I'm currently in Utah for work, and I tried to buy a shotgun while I was out here, and I was told I got red flagged due to Florida passing a new law basically banning me from buying a firearm outside of the state. I bought a rifle last year out of state with no issues, and apparently this law went into effect in 2020. I tried looking it up, but I just get the info of different state gun laws. If anyone can help me. So it sounds like he's claiming that he tried to buy a gun in Utah, and whoever he tried to buy it from told him he couldn't buy one because Florida passed some new law in 2020 that prevents people from buying guns in other states.
Well, that's bullshit.
Right. I don't know what he's talking about. There's no law that was passed in 2020
You got some guy in a
preventing
gun
people
shop
from
that doesn't
buying.
know shit.
He's got a guy in a
Yep.
gun shop, or we
Yeah.
don't know the full story. He's using the phrase red flag. I don't know if he got a red flag law and isn't telling us about it or whatever. I don't know. But bottom line is there was no law passed in 2020
Yeah.
that changed Floridians' ability to buy long rifles in another state. Now, the only issue could be the federal law requires you to be in compliance with the state laws of where you're buying it from and where you reside. as you know, in 2018 with Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, they made a 3-day waiting period for all firearms, including rifles. So maybe he means when he went there, he used to be able to just walk out of there with a rifle
Yeah.
because there was no 3-day waiting period for rifles. But now that Florida has a 3-day waiting period for rifles, the state that he's buying it from in Utah has to comply with the state of Florida's rules. So maybe they told him he couldn't walk out the door with it. He had to wait 3 days, and he thinks that that's a new law. I don't know.
It's like this.
But there is no law that says Floridians can't buy rifles in other states.
All right.
You
If,
can't buy handguns in other states because that's a separate federal law.
what about this? Even if he was red flagged, wouldn't they just come and get him?
No.
Like that doesn't.
It's not like you don't get arrested for a red flag law.
Well, I mean, if you're like locked up, whatever, they let you out, and you go try to buy a gun, right? The whole thing, like you turn your guns in, you can't
Correct.
possess them, whatever. If he goes and tries to buy one,
Correct. If he's been served with a red flag
Yeah.
and it's been ordered by the court and he's aware of it and he still tries to go purchase a firearm, that's a crime in Florida.
right?
But if he's purchasing it in Utah, I don't know what their laws out there are. And then he said he bought one last year, so it's a confusing question. If he wants to do a follow-up with some more details, I'll see if I can get him a little bit better answer. But the standard federal law is you're allowed to buy long guns out of state as long as it's in compliance with that state's law and the state that you live in.
Hold on, we got another
Palmer,
question. I got it.
Palmer has a question.
No.
Like, why would you be able to drive to
Right.
another country?
With a gun from your country. No.
Like, I'm going to Panama. Can I drive through
Can I
Mexico?
drive through Mexico with my firearm?
Read the question.
But Alaska
Some
is
people aren't
still
following
America,
it.
though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Canada is not.
Of course
Yeah,
not. You
yeah.
can't. Of course not. You can't.
Stop
it
trying to
says-
defend him.
So it
I'm not trying to
says,
defend anybody.
can you drive through Canada on the way to Alaska?
Yes,
with
you can,
guns?
but not with guns.
Yeah, but not with a gun.
right,
You drive
there
through
you
it all
go.
you want.
Right.
Hey,
Not
let's
with
do
guns.
this
Yep.
because
Wrap
it's
it
going
up.
to take you a while. All right.
All right.
I don't know what this one. It just says motorcycle laws regarding
All
firearms.
right.
but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Casey
clarification.
Allen wants to know if you can tell them about anything that has to do with motorcycles and firearms.
Same thing as a vehicle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
All right. good.
19. 19 for the case.
All right,
Thank you.
Susie has a question. When stopped by a Leo for traffic infraction, do you have to or should you disclose that you have a weapon in the car?
You do not have to. There's no law that requires you to volunteer that information to law enforcement. Should you is a personal decision that every person should make on their own. I make it my policy is to not tell cops anything that I'm not required by law to tell them. That's just the criminal defense attorney in me. But some other people think it's smart to, as soon as they come up, yes sir, no sir, I have a firearm in the car. Just want to let you know. It's your personal preference with how you want to deal with that situation. Sometimes it can depend on the type of cop. If you get a real jerk cop that comes up versus a good one that comes up, you can kind of figure that out.
I've had both.
Right. So, I mean, it's kind of situational. Again, I just make it a habit not to volunteer information I'm not required to do so by law. But you are not required by law to inform a law enforcement officer of any weapons in your car.
So if you're pulled over, what exactly do you do?
He didn't do anything. He rolls
Yeah, I
window
roll the
down,
window down. Here's my
like
license
this much.
and registration.
Screw
Hands it
you.
up.
Yeah, the only thing you're
I'm a
required to
lawyer.
provide them is license and
Thank you.
registration.
Okay.
You don't have to answer any of your questions. All that stuff about where you coming from, where you headed, you got any guns in the car, you know how fast you were going. You don't have to answer any of those questions. Yes, sir. No, sir. Just be polite about it. Like I'm not a jerk and
I find that hard to
call
believe,
them
but
names when
whatever.
I shove my thing out. But what's the point? So I don't give them a lot of info.
Okay. Susie has another question. As homeowners with guns, do we need to purchase insurance umbrellas for liability and purposes? Is it mandatory that we disclose to our homeowners or auto insurance carriers that we have guns, ammos, and our concealed weapons permit?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit outside of my area of practice, but I would say it's not mandatory. I would say it's like anything else. When you fill out an insurance application, they may have a question on there that says, do you have firearms in your home or your car or whatever? Car insurance companies never really worry about that because they don't cover, like they wouldn't cover something like that anyway. It's not covered by your vehicle. Firearms in your home would normally be covered by your standard liability homeowner's insurance. So just check your policy and see if it covers that, or if it's not specifically written in there, it should cover it. But if you fill out an application and they ask you if you possess any firearms or not, it's like anything else. You can be honest about it or you can lie about it. If you say no, and then you end up using it, they may not cover you because they're going to say that you lied about it on your application. But there's nothing mandatorily about it. It's like any other contract that you sign.
Did Luis
Yep.
Soto win
Yep.
the case?
Yay,
Okay, good
nice
deal.
job, Luis.
Case and ammo.
Yeah, so I'll put the ammo in it and get him the case too.
There you
That's a
go.
nice case, brother. So I'll get that to you.
And ammo.
All right. We have one last question. New tax breaks for new gun owners and ammo enthusiasts. Are there any tax
He's not an
breaks?
accountant.
Right.
He's a lawyer.
Well,
Yeah.
well, if you're not an instructor, you probably don't get a break, right?
Well, no,
you
yeah,
own a
there's no,
business.
there's no special tax things that they're doing for. When does the government ever give tax breaks on any of that stuff unless
Yeah.
you're a huge corporation? or something,
Especially
obviously.
for gun.
But no, they're not gonna. No, there's. I'm unaware of any laws. Obviously, the Biden administration are trying to pass laws to raise taxes on ammo and guns, as they're
Those are a
always
bunch of
trying
douchebags.
to.
Thanks for
But,
voting for them, assholes.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that I'm aware of to give people tax incentives to like go out and buy a new gun, like cash for clunkers or anything like that. It's just there's nothing like that.
All right.
Obviously,
wait,
yeah.
wait,
If you
wait,
own
we
a
got
gun,
one
you
more.
can do whatever you want. Do you think Florida will move towards becoming a constitutional carry state? Not as of now. That it died in session again this year. It came up in session. It didn't make it out of committee. There's no time. They're about ready to end their session for the year, so there's no. It's not going to happen this year. And DeSantis hasn't even signed the frickin' religious freedom thing about carrying at churches yet.
Open
so I don't know
carry
what they're doing.
stupid, so I don't talk about it on this show.
No.
It's not up for. It hasn't come up for years.
Nope. 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 Nope.
You know.
Hit you with a brick, right?
It's I wouldn't do it personally. I'm okay with the
No.
law allowing you to do it like anything else. It's your personal
idiotic.
choice, but there's
Double open
nothing.
carry. What
There's
is
nothing
that?
up there.
Double
He's just
open carry.
aggravating me is what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
Double open.
Satan
carry.
is
yes,
out
you can
there.
carry one on each side,
Satan's out
like
there.
the old days.
Yep, and then you have somebody hit you in the head with a bat. and they bang your hand.
Yeah.
Why would you play poker? Why would you want to?
You get a
I still
question?
think it should be lawful, and they should have the right to be stupid if they want to, just like
We have one more
you can eat Tide
question.
Pods if you want. It's America.
What will happen to the homeowner that had home broke into when kids were 2,000 rounds at the what
So
is
there's
that?
a story that I think it might be a Florida story, right?
Uh,
Florida man.
Two minor children broke into someone's house and got his AR and his AK, and
Oh.
they got in a huge standoff with the cops and fired like 2,000 rounds at him.
today or yesterday?
Yeah,
Yesterday.
it's recent.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
either
yeah.
yesterday
yeah.
or whatever.
It just happened.
But nothing
yeah.
should happen to the homeowner. I mean, they broke
No.
into his home and took his guns. You can't be liable for that.
The guns were secure until they broke in.
Right, yeah. I mean, if it's your own children that get a firearm and shoot themselves or whatever, then you've got the whole Florida statute about not securing your firearms. But if somebody literally breaks into your home and takes your firearms and shoots a cop, nothing's going to happen to you.
Good question.
It shouldn't.
A good question.
Not legally, criminally anyway. People
Sue
can
you.
always sue people because
Yeah,
you
you're
can sue
sued.
people
I'm
for
getting
anything.
sued by Disney, I guess.
You
Yeah.
might.
Jeff's
But
representative.
by the same token, you're not. There's no crime or anything there.
All right.
All right.
That's a
We
weird
good?
story. That's a weird story, though. Yeah.
So thank you for putting all the work in tonight.
No worries.
Both of you guys.
No worries.
It was a good job. A lot of questions. So thank you guys both
Yeah,
very
lot
much.
I'm
of
glad we had a
questions.
lot of questions this time. Usually
Yeah.
it's the same, just
I
one.
know. Yeah.
I'd like to thank the live studio audience.
Woo! Yay!
Percy's slapping his ears.
And our sponsors again.
All right, I'd like
our
to thank all my
sponsors.
sponsors. Thank you very much for supporting us, and especially you guys that follow us. So like it.
Like, subscribe, share, smash that bell notification when you need to get the alerts on YouTube. Musings with MGL on YouTube. That's my channel. Kiki Kara's World. That's my daughter's channel. MinnesotaGunLawyer.com. YoungLawGroup.com.
Both of you. And the dog.
All your legal needs. I don't just do gun stuff. I do criminal stuff, divorce, family law, car accidents. Call me for all your criminal and
I'm going to
legal
be
needs.
calling you.
Call me.
I got an issue.
Well,
Yep.
you didn't know that guy was 16, so don't worry about it.
You gotta check
God.
you gotta check IDs.
You
No.
do because there's strict liability in Florida. So there you go. Thanks for watching. As always, Laying the Hate Sunday. 2 spots left, maybe 1. I'll have to go home and talk to the
You
boss
really
to find
need
out what the plan is.
really need to come to class. Yeah. Awesome.
All right, play music.
I'll be happy.
Music, take us out.
See you next Tuesday.
Now and then I find my gun under my pillow, shivers like a